Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Plot Tutorials, and this is How to Make a Car Game episode 16. And in today's episode, we're gonna create a new effect for our car, which is gonna be a skidding sound effect. Now, in this effect, we're gonna create a squeaking sound when there will be a lot more friction between the tire and the surface beneath our tire. So for that, we will need a specific value that how much friction is being exerted on that point. So in order to do that, we're gonna use this wheel hit structure function inside of Unit 3D. So this wheel hit is an up type of structure and contains all these variables inside of it. Now, this wheel hit uses these all specific variables, and these variables are assigned by calling the wheel hit from the wheel collider get ground hit. Now, wheel collider.getGroundHit is assign all those values which is inside of that wheel hit structure by checking how much friction is exerted, what collider is it, what tag that collider have, and all those things. So it is really useful for you. But today I'm going to use only the sideways slip and not anything. So let's get started, and let me show you how to do that inside of Unity. So first thing that we have to do is first thing that we need is a sound file, which is going to be a squeaking sound. So go ahead and download this file. The link of this file is in description, and yeah, it is free, so you can download it. And just go ahead and drag it inside of SFX folder. Here is it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we have this SFX over here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a new game object, empty game object. So go ahead, game object, and create a new empty game object. Now name it as Skidsound. And what we're going to do, we're going to apply a new component to it, which is going to be an audio source. And in this audio source, drag this car skid over here, and make sure the play on awake is equals to set to true, because we wanted to play the sound when object gets enabled in the scene, and after a while we're going to destroy this object. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to name it as prefabs. And in this prefabs, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new prefab, and we're going to name it as Skidsound, and we're going to drag this over to Skidsound. Okay, now this prefab is generated, so now we can create a lot of clones of this Skidsound effect, Skidsound game object. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to create a new script, which is going to be skidding sound, basically. So it's going to be skidding script. Yeah, I think it's right. Okay, now open it up inside of MonoDevelop. We're going to take a while. Okay, here we are. So first thing that we have to do is to calculate how much friction is being exerted between tire and the ground. So we're going to create a new variable, which is going to be friction. Current friction value. And in this one, I'm gonna set this up type to float and end the statement. Now let's call that structure. So a variable hit is an up type wheel hit, and end of the statement. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna assign all those values to the hit structure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and transform .get component. And in this one, I'm going to type wheel collider because we wanted to access the wheel collider from it. So wheel collider dot get let's say get ground hit, and in this one I'm gonna get ground hit, and it is gonna be an hit. So it's gonna be hit because it needs a structure variable. So here we are. So now this is equals to hit. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set the current friction value to the sideway slip, so sideway friction slip. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to copy this, paste it, and it's going to equals to what we're going to say. Let's say hit dot sideway slip, and that's it. So now we have the friction value inside of this current friction value. So let's just go ahead and check it out. Okay, now the main thing that you have to do is to go ahead to your wheel colliders and select all those wheel colliders and go ahead and add this script to each and every wheel collider. So it's gonna be skidding script, this one. And now you can check it out that the value is changing or not. So I'm gonna select one of the wheels, and you can see, chunk of values are changing when I'm going right, and you can see that when I'm going left and right, the values are same, but one is positive and one is negative. So we have to solve that. Okay, so first thing that we have to do is I'm going to set the current friction value. You know what? I'm not going to say current friction value. I'm just going to go ahead and go mathf.absolute, and yeah. So this is mathf.absolute. Now, what absolute is? The absolute value is let's say, imagine a number line, and with the 0 midpoint of it. So distance between 0 and 6 and 0 and -6 is just 6. So it just it doesn't care the value is positive or negative. It just takes it to the positive value, and that's a really good thing for us. So we're gonna use that, and you can see that this time the value will be positive and not negative. Okay, so you can see positive and also positive. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna create a new variable, which is gonna be skid at, and this variable is gonna tell when to generate that effect, that skidding effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it to 1.5, and I'm gonna set this variable to private because I don't want to see it in inspector. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna create an if statement, and it's gonna be skid at. If skid at is greater, smaller than or equal to, smaller than or equal to, yeah, smaller than or equal to current friction value, then create those effects. So the effect is gonna be, first big thing that we have to do is instantiate those objects. I guess the spelling is right. Yeah, right. Okay, now instantiate is used for creating to spawning objects, the clone of the objects. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and create a new variable, which is gonna be Skidsound, and it's gonna be an uptype game object. Okay, now we're gonna spawn this object. Just wait. Oh, copy. Paste, and this is going to be at let's say hit.point. Now hit.point is the point where the wheel is touching the ground. It is inbuilt inside of the wheel hit structure, so it is a vector 3. And now what we're going to do is set the rotation of it. So I'm going to set it to quaternion.identity. Now quaternion.identity sets the rotation of that object to, I guess it set the object to 0, 0, 0. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna use. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and check it out. Okay, now you can see we got chunk of variables over here, and it needs a skid sound variable. So we're gonna go ahead to the prefabs, and we're gonna drag that skid sound that we have created and drag it over here. And now let's just go ahead and check it out. Okay, so as you can see, I guess there is some problem. Yeah, there is. I don't know. You can see, yeah, you can see that these are created, and the problem is that they are being emitted in massive amount, and that's what we don't want. We want them to create, but not in a limited amount. So we wanted to create it. We want to set a value to emit this much of skid sound per second. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna create a new variable. We're gonna go skid emission. Let's say, you know what? Sound emission. Sound emission is gonna be an uptype float, which is gonna be set to. I'm gonna set it to 15, and then we're gonna create a new private variable, which is gonna be let's say skid weight, sound weight basically, not skid weight, sound weight. And it's gonna be an uptype float, and I'm gonna set this one to 0. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna set this skid sound to let's say private variable, right? So skid weight to let's say 1. So it's gonna be 1. And we're gonna check if it is smaller than to it. So we're gonna go ahead over here and we're gonna press and, which is basically the and. So it's gonna be sound weight. Sound weight is smaller than or equal to 0. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna set the sound weight to sound weight to let's say minus equals time dot delta time, and it is gonna be times 2 sound emission, and that is it. So let's go ahead and check it out. Sound weight, unexpected token. I don't know where it is. Sound weight. Oh yeah, private variable. I'm so stupid. Okay, now let's see. It should be working. Yeah, and let's see. This time it will gonna emit 15 sound effects per second. I guess it should. Okay, so let's go ahead and check it out. And as you can see, we have limited amount of object emission per second. Now the problem is that these objects are not destroying itself, which takes a bit of memory inside of the computer, and that makes your game slow down, and it leads you to a low FPS game. So that's what we don't want. We want them to destroy itself after playing that sound. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create just a small script, which is gonna be saying destroy timer script, and we're gonna open it inside of the monodevelop. Wait. Where it is? Oh my God, my dog is barking. Okay, so it's gonna be a variable, and it's gonna be destroy after, destroy, I guess. Destroy after, and it's gonna be an uptime float, and I want to set it to 2 seconds. Okay, now we're gonna create a new private variable, which is gonna be saying which is gonna be calculating how much time has gone by. So it's gonna be an uptime float, and in this timer, I'm gonna set the timer to plus equals let's say time.delta time, and we're gonna compare it to a condition which is gonna be saying destroy after, let's say destroy after is smaller than or equal to a timer. Then destroy the game object. Simple. So we're gonna destroy game object. So it's gonna be the same game object. Same game object, and it should be working. And I guess it's done. Now go to the prefab and select your prefab, and go ahead and click on add component scripts and destroy timer script. And it's set to 2 seconds, so we're going to destroy after 2 seconds. So just go ahead and check it out. Okay, you can see this is working pretty fine, and that's the effect that we wanted. And you can see that they are destroying itself. You can see they're destroying itself. So it will not gonna take a lot of memory, and it will never gonna make your game slow down. So that's pretty cool. And by the way, you can set your own variables to a specific value. It doesn't really matter. You can use your own sounds, and you can choose the sound emission if you have a problem with yours. So basically, this is not like the only way to create these effects. You can do anything by that. And in the next episode, I'm going to show you how you can create the skid smoke and skid marks. So yeah. This has been Flat Tutorials, and if you have any questions, you can contact me on my Facebook fan page, and yeah, I'll catch you in my next episode, and keep sending me for the suggestions for the tutorials, and I'll catch you in my next episode. Till then, goodbye, and keep making games. Thanks, guys.